family vlogging it's kind of got like a bad term.
For sure, yeah.
But I am convinced that there's so much more good that can and will come from it.
I was a little embarrassed that he was 19. Like, I just so badly wanted him to turn 20 already.
For me, I'm just like, I'm dating a hot older lady. Like,
You couldn't even legally drink when you were married.
Nope.
No.
I gave it attention in the beginning, like the negative things. Once I got over that hump, realizing like they don't know me, I kind of just keep it out of my head. I just don't want to hear it. People started tagging you guys like crazy. Didn't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
I did it, and now I'm mad.
Now, you know,
Don't walk out on our podcast.
Hey, real quick, before we get started, please make sure you smash the like button and hit subscribe. It really does a whole lot for our channel. We want people to hear about the podcast, know about the podcast, and it means a lot to us. So thank you for doing that. Now, let's get on with the video.
What's
up,
up,
dudes? And welcome back to the Unplanned podcast.
I always want to do like something like, brr, 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 like I don't know, some intro sound.
it's just birds chirping in the silence.
It is so peaceful out
It
here.
is.
You guys,
It's peaceful.
I am so stoked. We've got Cole and Savannah LaBrant here with us today.
Hello.
We actually wrote an intro for you guys, which is like very rare.
Wow.
We're very unplanned people, but here, I wrote
We're
this.
trying to step up our game.
We're trying to step up our game.
Unplanned podcast.
Exactly,
Nice,
but
that's
we
good.
didn't plan this bit,
Okay,
right?
let's hear it. I want to hear this. It's going to
So
be good.
Cole and Savannah LaBrant are two of the most successful family creators with 13.1 million YouTube subscribers, 52.3 million on TikTok, and 12.1 on Instagram. They helped pioneer the family creator space through their challenges, viral trends, pranks, vlogs, and Q&A videos. They now reside in Nashville, Tennessee with their 4 children.
Wow.
Welcome to the Unplanned
that's good.
podcast.
That was
Thank
good.
you
I
so
had no
much.
idea about those numbers, so you could be making that up. And,
Dude, no, I just
We
so like
researched.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
some research for this one. Yeah, I'm very stoked. We combined your TikTok following and your Instagram following. That's crazy, you guys. Like 52.3 or whatever it was combined on TikTok. That's insane.
to be fair, a lot of that was Musically.
Really?
A lot of that was Musically.
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Musically was before TikTok.
Really,
So,
really.
Yeah.
So you guys built up followings on Musically before like
Yeah.
YouTube or any of that.
Yep.
Yeah. Savannah
is-
was like one of the like original kind of creators on what was TikTok, Musically. It was just her and Ev making silly, cute
Yeah.
videos.
Okay,
and
that-
a lot of Viners went from Vine to Musically.
Really? Wait,
Yeah.
did a like Vine evolve to Musically, or was Musically like a whole different
It was
app
a different
from
app,
Vine?
but it was a short form app. So Vine was 6 seconds, and I feel like
Yes.
Musically was like kind of the next app. Like, Vine's dying,
Oh.
and Musically's happening, and
Yeah.
it's short form and that kind of thing.
That
so.
is crazy. So Savannah, that's where you got your start with Musically.
That was it.
That is insane.
Yep.
And did you make
Silly Musically videos.
Did you make videos with your daughter Everly? Is that kind of how
We
you
did.
started off? Okay.
Yep. Just for fun. We were just having fun on Musically, and it just happened.
Wow. And then
Yeah.
how old were you when you were doing that?
I was 22,
Wow. Okay.
right? Is that the math right?
Yeah, I think that's right math.
22.
And Cole, you started on Vine, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's-
That's funny because I'm 26 now, which just kind of brought back like a 10-year anniversary of because I was 16 whenever Vine started.
Whoa.
So I was like, man, doing making videos now for 10 years, that's, kind of feels like,
Yeah.
a good portion of my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started on Vine not too far from here, Southern Alabama, now that we're in Tennessee, 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And how are you guys liking Tennessee?
We love
Oh,
it.
we love it. We love
We
it.
love it.
Yeah, it's great. Actually, it's terrible. Don't move here.
Oh,
Everybody stop moving here. The traffic's building up. Everyone moving from California to Tennessee, they're like, oh, more
I
California's
know,
coming.
I
The traffic's
know.
getting
That's
worse.
how Arizona
Part of
is
it.
too. Like
Yeah.
people have on their
Totally.
bumper stickers. They're like, what do they say? Like Californians are not welcome here.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
bumper stickers. Actually, I think you DM'd me when I posted this on my story a couple months ago. It was a "Don't California my Arizona."
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. It's happening.
Yeah, and now you guys are here in Nashville. That's crazy. The Southern hospitality is real, you guys. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
people are so nice here.
It for
actually,
sure
yeah,
is.
we were at brunch. This was actually in Memphis, which I feel like feels more southern than. I mean, is it more south? What's my geography like?
Yeah, Memphis almost feels more southern than
Memphis
Nashville.
is like right there in the like the cusp of like several states.
Yeah.
So this has probably got like a lot
Okay,
going
yeah,
on.
we were
Yeah.
at
Totally.
brunch and we had Griffin with us, and these two sweet older ladies were right behind us, and they were like, if I was at home, I'd have licked my plate. And they were like talking about how much they liked the food, and they came over and talked to us for like 10 minutes, and we're
How
like,
cute.
this doesn't happen in
Yes,
Arizona.
everyone's very friendly, like
Yeah.
overly friendly. It's
You're not
pretty
used
cool.
to, yeah, and because I don't want to make like California sound bad or Californian sound bad because we had a great community.
Totally.
We had so many loving people around us.
Yeah.
But I do feel like for the most part, a lot of people out in California are on their hustle. They're on their grind. They're trying to make
Well,
something
it's
happen.
just faster pace, so
Whatever it
everyone's
is.
just going to the next
You're going,
thing, you know,
and I feel like a
versus-
lot of people are nice to you for a motive, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and you almost
okay.
forget that people are nice here for no reason,
Yeah.
and that people can be nice for no reason. It's like, oh, it's almost like, wait, what do they want from me, or like what, you know? But it's like everyone's just nice,
Yeah.
just cause, or like
Yeah.
they'll stop and talk to you for an hour, just cause they got nowhere to be, you know?
Aw.
And-
That's
and-
awesome.
And it's like,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
it's.
I love that.
I love that
great.
too because I love meeting strangers. Like I just love to know people's story.
Our
and-
Uber on the way here, he was just like chatting away.
Dude,
the
he-
whole life story of every Uber,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
person on a flight.
Such a nice guy. He played semi-pro football and used to live in Arkansas and lived in Kansas City for a little bit. My brother lived in Kansas City. Go Chiefs. So like I don't know. It's just cool. I just love meeting random people and
You
I,
realize
I love that about the South.
Everyone
Yeah.
has a lot more in common than like you might think when
Yeah.
you
Totally.
really get to know everyone's story. That you
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
You guys, this is actually funny that I'm saying this right now. You guys are probably part of the reason why we originally started a YouTube channel 4 years ago.
Actually,
And-
yeah.
And when
How
Abby,
cute.
when Abby and I started dating, gosh, we're coming up on 7 years. I think it was not too long when Abby found your videos on YouTube of you guys like dating and like,
You guys started dating at like the same
Yeah.
time.
You
so
guys
I was
were
like
long-
super
Right
interested.
when you guys did.
yeah, you guys were dating long distance. We were dating long distance, and we are just like, whoa, this is like a couple in the same stage of life that we're in.
Wow.
well, I feel
And-
like you didn't watch the videos at first.
No, I don't know if I ever, honestly, I don't know if I ever watched the videos, but you watched them, and I was like,
I
whoa.
definitely showed them your
Yeah.
wedding video
Yeah.
though, and then I
Yeah.
think that's when Matt was like, "Wait, people are making YouTube videos like couples."
And it's their job. Like this sounds so fun because like I grew up making videos all the time for every school project.
Yeah.
Every single presentation, I would like convince my teachers to let me do a video instead because I just love making videos. I thought it was so much fun. And so I was like, Abby, we got to try this. And so it like part of the reason that we started YouTube is because we knew who you guys were. We were like, this is so
We
cool.
started like 3 years later though.
yeah.
That's so awesome.
We
Well,
waited
we
till
feel
we were married.
honored.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But like I can't believe you guys have an age gap, right? Like Cole,
do.
when you guys started dating,
Yeah.
you were dating an older woman, or you're still with an older woman, but like,
Yeah, I'm still, yeah.
what's that age gap?
So she's 3.5 years older than me. So like right now we're in that technically 4-year age gap where she recently turned 30. I'm 26.
Whoa.
So yeah, so I'll be 27
I know. I
very
don't
soon,
like
but
this age gap right here, where it's
Yeah,
like I
it's
want him
4
to be
years.
27 already.
yeah, so she recently turned
Feels
30. I'm
weird.
26. So yeah, whenever we met, I was 19 and she was 23.
That's crazy.
We're
Well,
the
that's really
3-year-old,
not
so I was
that
like-
many. That's not that.
Well, I know, but especially like when you're younger, because
When usually I feel like-
19
yeah, I
and
feel like
23.
usually the guys
when I
are,
was
right?
23 with a kid, it was like a little embarrassing being like, well, how old's your boyfriend? I'd be like, 19.
19 and a half.
Oh,
19
20.
and a half.
He's 20. He turns 20 in like a week. I just
That-
wanted him to turn 20 so bad.
That's so funny. And when you guys got married, what was the like? How old were you then?
I mean, it was a year later. So I was 20 and she was 24.
Yep.
So you couldn't even legally drink when you were married.
Nope.
No,
That
it's
was
funny because we
us.
got married
Yeah.
at a winery. So we wanted to have a dry wedding for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
But because we got married at a winery, they like you can only get married here if we can serve wine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't even drink it.
Yeah, they
That's
put
so funny.
Sprite
So
in our
funny.
glasses. I thought that for sure they'd give
Well-
us wine like
Yeah.
this. No, we like cheers, and I was like, that was definitely Sprite.
Yeah, it was. It was
some good
I think,
wine.
I think
That
maybe
was
it was
good.
seven. Yeah.
It was the best wine I've ever
I
had,
think it's
honestly.
good.
I
Give me
know.
some more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, oh, I just turned 21, so I was like, dang it, I was hoping I could get some champagne on my wedding
Yeah.
day.
No, you got it.
But like when you guys started dating, yeah, Savannah, you had Everly. How old was Everly at the time when you guys
She
were
was
dating?
3.
Wow. And Cole, like, you're 19, like you just finished high school. Like, what was it about Savannah where you're like, you know what? Like, I want to date this girl who's 4 years older than me, already has a kid. Like, that's just like that's unique for
had
a
to
lot
grow
of
up fast.
young
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, you had to grow up like and
Totally.
mature fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it, honey?
What was it? I knew I wanted to get married young, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like I was, and I'm not saying that there's like a right or wrong answer to this because I've talked to people who've gotten married at 40 and want to start a family then, and like myself, got married at 20. So like I don't think that like I'm telling you like my answer is the right way, but I know that it worked out for me in the sense of like I wanted to get married young, I wanted to have a family, I wasn't like looking to be single in my 20s and party and travel and live it up. Like I was ready to get married and do that with my person. So that's kind of like the marriage part of it. And then as far as like having a kid so young, my younger sister's only 3 years older than Everly. So like Everly's
Whoa.
10, my younger sister's 13. So like at the time at 19, I think that would have made my sister 6.
Yeah.
So Lily, shout out to you. And like I have a younger brother, Tate, who's also only 16 right now. So then 6 years older. So like I I come from a big family, lots of kids running around all the time. So it wasn't like I wasn't like used to like a little kid being around, or like it wasn't like, man, what's this? This is weird. I mean, I had a little sister who was, burping and farting on me all the time anyway. So it's like, it wasn't anything different. So, and Everly was such a cool, fun kid.
Yeah.
My family's loud and very outgoing. So maybe it would have been different if she was like, really shy, and it was like hard for me like to get to know her. But like I hit it off with Everly just as easily as Savannah.
Hey, I'm Everly. Want to come play with me and my friend?
Yeah. Oh my god.
And Everly realized that you're just playing. Like it's like the simplicity of just like, hanging out with a beautiful lady and playing with a really fun kid.
Yeah.
It's not like it's baggage as some people I'm sure would like to think in that situation. It was a bonus,
Yeah. And did you know the whole time that Savannah already had a kid, or was it like was there a moment where you're like, oh, by the way, like I have a daughter? Like how did that come about?
So we met in person at the Grove in LA. So if you live in LA, I'm sure you're familiar with the Grove. It's like a really popular outdoor mall. And at the Grove, there's like this outdoor playing area in the grass. And I'll keep this a lot shorter. But the long story of how we met was I sent Savannah a DM on Musical.ly about 3 months before we met, because I was transitioning from Vine to Musical.ly.
Whoa.
And I was trying to reach out to family-friendly creators, because I had always made clean content. So I tried to find creators on the platform who were also making clean content and be like, hey, would you like to... On Vine, there's a thing called Revine for Revine, where I would reshare someone's post if they did mine. And the original creators on Musical.ly did a very similar thing, where they would share your post in exchange for another post. It was a weird platform. You posted like 5 times a day. Like
wow.
But like very quick, no edits, just like, hey, film this, upload it. Film this, upload it. It was like the more you upload, I'm getting way too into depth here. I reached out to her to like reshare each other's stuff just because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
I sent her a DM saying, hey, do you want to do that? Because I didn't know anything about Musical.ly, I just transitioned over. I had no idea how to check, and I'm not just saying this. I had no idea how to check my DMs back.
Really?
She ended up seeing it.
And I gave him my number.
Reached out to me, but I never saw it. But because I sent her a message, she didn't know who I was from Vine, happened to look at my Musical.lys, laughed.
I thought he was the funniest person I've ever seen in my whole life. Me and my sister, and like, it wasn't even like, oh, he's so cute. It was just me and my sister sat there watching his videos, like dying laughing because we thought he was so funny. So I was like, heck yes.
The videos are not funny.
Share.
Do not go back and watch those. They're
They
very
were
cringy.
funny for back then, I guess.
But
Not now.
all that being said, I feel like this is like a God moment in our life. Like, there are moments in my life, but I feel like this is like definitely a God moment. I just knew that like because I had sent that message, she had then become familiar with me, watched my videos.
I didn't have Vine, so I had no idea about him.
Yeah.
So
3 months later, we hadn't talked at all. Didn't even know that she sent me a message back. I'm at the Grove in LA, just happened to be there. I live in Alabama, small town Alabama. Just happened to be at the Grove in LA. Took a summer trip with my buddy who's outside helping watch all the kids.
Yeah.
Because he was my college roommate. We just decided to go to California the very first time. It's our last week in California. I look up what to do near me. The Grove pops up. Go to the Grove. It's a big outdoor mall. It's a Saturday.
And I never went to the Grove. So it's the whole thing of us meeting was
big outdoor mall. I happened to see her on the grass part, and I'm telling my buddy John Steve, because we hadn't seen like any famous people or any social media people or anything. So we're like, I think that's the girl from Musical.ly. We're like, oh yeah, look, there's her kid playing in the grass. But we thought, I thought, I didn't know anything about her. So I didn't know if she was married or what. I'm like, I'm not going to go talk to a single mom, 19-year-old boy being like, hey, I watch your videos. So we just walked away. She happened to see us walking away, recognized me, sent her sister on the way out saying, hey, if you happen to see them, have them come say hi. On the way out of Barnes & Noble, we were in Barnes & Noble for like 30 minutes, meet up with her sister. Her sister said go say hi. So we did. And then we got married.
Wow.
That night.
That was a short version.
That's crazy.
That was a short version. Did I even what question was that?
I don't know, but that was a good story.
That was a good story.
How we met is my favorite story.
How we met.
I've
You
told,
can talk about that all day.
and I'm sure it's like you guys. Someone asks you how you meet, and you just love
Yeah.
going in it and like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, but like
Matt doesn't remember when he first met me, so that's okay.
Oh yeah, I don't remember the first time we met, but I remember like when we started like flirting
Liking
and
each
stuff
other.
and liking each other
Yeah,
and starting to date.
Yeah.
But I mean, was there ever any awkward situations that came up because of the age gap? Like 4 years, I know when like now as you're getting older, like 4 years isn't crazy, especially like when you guys are like 40 and 44, that's not weird at all. But when you're 19 and 23, like I can see how that could be, maybe people say weird things or you feel embarrassed. Like was there ever anything funny that came out of it? I don't know.
I don't know.
The only thing that comes to my mind is like 2 days after we met, we're still in California. So we hung out like that last week we hung out like every day. And like one of the nights you invited me out to that kind of bar thing that your friend was like her friend was a drummer in like a small band at a bar.
Yeah.
And she invited me out, and I'm 19 at the time. So I don't think I'd ever been in a bar, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she's 23, and like for the record, like we will have some drinks together. Like we're not like anti-alcohol.
Yeah.
So like she's in there. I think you have like a drink, and
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't even
I
know if
can't
I can get
even
in.
get
Like I'm
one.
19. I think I get in, but like I think your mom goes like to hand me a drink.
It was a restaurant.
It was a restaurant bar thing.
Yeah.
But I think your mom goes to hand me a drink, and I'm just like, I can't drink this. Like, so that's probably like the only thing I could even think of that's kind of funny looking back on.
Yeah, that's funny.
I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, I
What is
think I
this?
was just like I tried to pretend like I wasn't, but I was a little embarrassed that he was 19. Like I just so badly wanted him to turn 20 already. Not that
yeah.
made a big difference, but just him still being.
It sounds
I
different.
was 19 when I
Yeah.
had Everly, so for me, I was like, I don't know. Yeah, the age gap.
Yeah, probably more embarrassing for her for sure.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just like I'm dating a hot older lady. Like it's, yeah, she's 23.
Were your buddies like, you're dating a mom? Like what? Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. People didn't believe me for a little bit because she's my first girlfriend. So I wasn't like the kind of guy like date. It just didn't sound too believable that I went out to California and actually found this beautiful woman that I'm now dating, much less a mom and the whole situation. So yeah, it was kind of like disbelief, but also I did get some fist bumps for sure.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
That's
Well, now
so
now I feel like in our culture, I mean, this sounds so stupid, but guys will be like, "I love moms," or like,
Yeah.
like
That's actually
And I feel
there's
like
like
7 years
t-shirts.
later, I would have gotten a lot more
totally validation.
Respect.
'Cause there's
Yeah.
like I've seen
That's
T-shirts that are like, "I love hot moms."
honestly. That's
Yeah.
actually really uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
I would have.
That's
I would
so
have.
pretty.
Yeah.
Man.
But 7 years ago, it wasn't as cool. So
Yeah.
Dang.
I thought it was cool. I didn't care.
Oh my gosh. And man, I'm like losing my train of thought. But yeah, and then right away when you guys got married, then you immediately upon getting
Yeah.
married, like you're
He
like
was
your
in.
stepdad. Like
Yep.
you're
Yep.
in. How did you guys navigate that? Like also how did you navigate I don't want to
Yeah,
get
also, was it weird making like social media content before you were married? Because you're like, what if we break up? Like when
I
you're
know.
married, it's
I
like pretty
know.
like
Is-
locked in.
Yeah, was
I
that
don't-
scary?
Okay. No one's ever asked us that before. I was never scared, but I was like so in love with him. I like never even thought about. I mean, I still am so in
Yeah.
love with you. But
Was-
in that like goo goo gaga stage, I was so like, we're never breaking up.
Yeah.
This is never. I don't know.
It's
I never
weird.
thought of
It's
it.
every relationship's different.
Yeah.
And like I just mentioned, what works for somebody doesn't work for others.
Yeah.
But like we just knew.
I
you
think
know?
I knew so fast too because I would have never like they met in the beginning when we weren't dating yet, but I would have never like brought Everly into
Exactly.
the situation unless I knew he was like forever for me. That was just big for me to introduce her to somebody, And so that I feel like for me was like my for sure. So the social media stuff was just like, well, this is
Yeah, because we've
happening,
only done it
you know?
since we've been married. So I was
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
wondered if it was different, but like we're the same way. Like as soon as we started dating,
Yeah.
we like within the first month, we've talked about this before. We were like, we're gonna get married. We were in high school. We're like, we're gonna get married,
Yeah.
and we're like gonna go to college together and do everything.
Yeah, I was writing Abby love songs. Like
Yeah.
we said
Aw.
we said I love you in the first month. We FaceTimed like
We were
through
deep
the
in that
night.
stage.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and it was long distance, so I feel like that made us even more crazy for each other because it was just like,
Totally.
oh, I just want to be around
Yeah,
you. Like,
when you're apart.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
sucks.
Yeah, because then you're
Sometimes
like
you miss the long distance, right? It's
I know. We're
that-
like, well, can we go do long distance for like just a little bit?
Yeah.
FaceTime.
It's like every couple weeks, it's like Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, it
excitement of
was
like
so
seeing each
fun.
other.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
yours was like extra exciting because you had to fly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like we
Oh,
could
you-
just like
And
drive
far.
over.
Yeah, we were far.
Either way, the long distance.
The long distance is special.
They say what distance makes the heart grow fonder, and
Yeah.
it's very true.
Because
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
true.
know what it felt like to miss somebody. Like,
Yeah.
sure you miss them, but like it's like so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for people that do long distance for like significant periods of time, like deployments, I'm like,
I couldn't imagine.
oh
Dude.
my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
couldn't
Military,
imagine.
that would be
That'd be
so
hard.
I could imagine.
So hard.
so
There's
hard.
Like we
family-
pretend like we really did long distance, but like we didn't go more than like 2.5 weeks.
No,
without
exactly.
seeing each
It
other,
was
you
fake
know?
long
There's
distance.
such a
Yeah.
It was fake
spectrum.
long distance.
But there's a family we nannied for, and her husband had been deployed twice. She had a baby while, like their daughter while he was away one time. And like I cannot even imagine going through that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's long distance.
Yeah,
like
that's
Yeah.
hard.
we could drive over to our parents' house.
I
Yeah.
think that to deal with the pain, they both just worked out a ton because like they both came
Hey,
back. When he came
good
back from
for
being deployed,
them.
he was so jacked, dude. Like he
She
was
too. She's
so
like,
jacked.
it's like a honeymoon all over again
I
when they
know.
come back.
They were both very, very in shape. I feel
Yeah.
like they just took out all their like, just all the frustration of
Yeah.
being apart, just in the gym.
Just 3
So,
days at the gym
yeah,
instead.
Yeah.
Healthy way to deal with it.
But
Yeah.
now you guys, you got married. You now have 4 kids. Like That is crazy. 4 kids. How is that? Is that the right number? Do you think you're going to go for 5? Like, talk to me about that. We're going for 5.
Talk to me about that.
Savannah controls the family unit here, so.
I want one more.
Isn't that
Does
funny?
Savannah wear
To be
pants?
fair, though, I warned him when we first met that he said I
She tells
have
everybody
6 siblings. This was our conversation.
I have 5 siblings. I'm one of 6.
Sorry, he has 5 siblings. 5 siblings. He's one of 6, and I was like, well, I want a family of 6. Well, not a family. I want 6
See,
kids.
I thought you said you wanted a family
No,
of 6.
I said I want 6
He's
kids.
like, that's the
that
part I was
sounds
confused
so
about.
much fun. And he was like, oh, that's
Wait.
cool. Like, he totally knew that about me.
From meeting to dating to married, how long did that take? How long was that process?
What process?
Like, I mean, how much time did you guys get
to then
married?
start dating and then.
Meeting to...
Like, were you guys engaged a year? Were you engaged
Meeting.
6 months?
I want to hear if Savannah can answer this because I have like the dates locked in.
He knows everything.
Let's see if Savannah can
Okay,
do it.
meeting.
When do we meet?
To
Just a month.
dating, I would say, what, a month?
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
we started like for real dating, or maybe 2 weeks,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that. And then we got engaged like 5 months after that.
Whoa. No
Right?
way.
So we met end of June, started dating middle July, like 2.5 weeks
Yeah.
later. Engaged January,
Whoa.
and then married the following July. So yeah.
Whoa.
We met in a year later.
A year. we were
in
married
a
within
year.
a year.
Holy freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fast.
Dang, so you guys were just like on the peak of
That
like
sounds really
infatuation,
crazy to
right?
say.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds
Like,
ridiculous.
have a kid, then it's just
It
like
sounds ridiculous.
Totally.
I mean, like,
Totally.
I don't advise this. Like, this is, I'm not saying like, hey, it
No,
worked,
yeah.
like, come do. But like, and even like we're talking back with introducing people on social media. Like I've, had family members or people contact us being like, hey, I'm in love with my boyfriend, like whatever it is. Like we want to start a couples thing, and then I've seen it not work out, and then it's awkward. And I was like, okay, now you break up. So I definitely strongly advise like.
Yeah.
Knowing that your person's the one
Yeah.
before getting into something with them because
Totally.
Well, it's hard
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
waiting till marriage, right? Because were you guys waiting till marriage?
Yeah.
yeah.
That we did too.
if
and
you
that
wait till
was
marriage you gotta get married.
the hardest thing. Well, we were engaged for 13 months, bro.
Oof.
13
Oh,
months.
wow.
And we're dating for 2 years before that.
Yeah. So we're talking over 3 years, bro.
Oof.
Like probably the hardest thing that we've
People
ever
joke.
done.
People
Oh,
joke like if
man.
you're waiting till marriage, like that. If they got married so soon, they're probably waiting till marriage. And they
Yeah.
just get married. I mean, it plays into it.
It does.
But I mean, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's the wait?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yep.
obviously there
That's
can, and if you have legitimate reasons to wait,
Yeah.
then wait.
And she
Would
told
you
you
got-
from the beginning she wanted 6 kids.
I knew. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to do the math in my head. I'm like, we already have Everly, who's 3, so we want 5 more. So if I get
Yeah.
married now, I start planning out. Like, we need to get married by July.
Yeah.
If you want to stick with a family,
We gotta start now.
then we gotta go.
That's so funny. I feel like it's always the wife that wants more kids, but we have to go through pregnancy, birth,
I know, I'm like, are you sure
postpartum.
you wanna do that
Like
yet?
what? It must be the hormones.
Like,
Like
she gets pretty sick.
Right?
Like,
Yeah. I get really sick the first like 17 weeks, and then I just want to
17?
yeah.
the first 17 weeks, and then I'm good.
Really sick. But then
Yeah,
I just like
really
forget
bad.
about it. I want another baby.
You forget about
So
it.
I just want another
Yeah.
baby.
I like
This
4.
is kind of the first time
I'm
I
sure
don't
I'd have
have baby
5.
fever. Like I still love babies so much whenever I see one, but I'm not like right now if I see a baby, like, and I still have a baby, so it's funny that I'm saying
Yeah.
that. But I feel like around now is when I usually get pregnant. Just that's how we've spaced out the last 3. And so right now I'm like super good. I don't want one right now. So we're going to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
really?
still young.
Hey, what
I
she
like
said?
asking him.
What she said.
What she said.
Oh my gosh. Was that a challenge too? Because like, okay, you guys obviously madly in love. Like we went through that too. Was there any points where you're like, this is like so hard. Let's just like elope.
No. we never
I
thought
think
of that.
because our time frame was already so
it
short.
was so
Yeah.
fast.
It was like, we had
We
the
could be
dates.
patient.
We knew, and obviously planning out a wedding, it takes a little bit, so
Yeah.
I wanted
there's
to ask, were you like still infatuated when you got married? Because we definitely were infatuated for like the first year of being
Yeah.
together. But like, do you feel like you were still in the like they can do no wrong stage by that point, or like had you had a fight
definitely
yet?
when we first
Totally.
got married,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
because we had just met a year ago,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like ours was definitely like honeymoon stage for probably the first couple years of marriage,
Yeah.
and then obviously you guys know it
That's
kind of
impressive.
transitions,
I,
but
fe- I feel like we had a weird dynamic though of like we figured out the kid thing first, so I feel like a lot of couples like and
99%
maybe
of
this is just my
couples.
opinion, but most couples I feel like their fights come once they have the kid and they're figuring out parenting together. We had kind of figured that out while we were dating, so we figured out like what works for us parenting wise. I don't know if that makes sense, but
That
I
makes
feel like,
sense.
it was less fights in the beginning once we started having more kids. Like we already had that figured
Yeah.
out. I don't know.
That's true, because I feel like
Yeah.
I mean that's just a statistic. Like
Yeah.
marriages, like the first year of having a kid is like the hardest on a marriage.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's
hard.
freaking hard because it's just like such a change in everything. And you have, you love your kid so much, but they require a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And like, that's less attention on your spouse because like, they're just very needy and they.
Or like sometimes, Matt, when you come, or like if you come into a room and you see Griffin first, you're like, my buddy. And you like give all your love to Griffin. I'm just sitting there, I'm like. And so I just see somewhere
and you're so in love with your kids, you know?
Yes.
You love them so much.
Yeah.
And so it's, I mean, it's just an interesting.
Well, cool. If it makes you feel any better, he goes to 4 people before he comes to me. So,
Or sometimes she's first. It just depends on the situation, right?
Yeah. What was your first fight about? Do you guys remember?
What was our first
what
fight
was
about?
our first fight? Probably Everly. Something to do with Everly, like just parenting.
Probably so. Yeah. I mean, I would say like the hardest thing that when it comes to like the whole kid spectrum is like discipline.
Yeah.
Right. And we've talked about this before. And we're very, very fortunate that we see
very
eye to
similar.
eye on probably like 98% of things.
Yeah.
You know, whenever it comes like to the discipline piece, because you're raised a certain way, you're raised a certain way, you were disciplined, certain things, and some things worked, some didn't. So you're like, okay, that's how I'm going to raise my kid.
Yeah.
But then you got to be a team, right? So like if he does something that you don't like or vice versa. So there's been things that I've done that Savannah's like, hey, let's maybe not do that again, right? Or vice versa. And that's where it can get tricky. So I think
and
it's
same for me.
Yeah, so I think
helping me with things.
realizing that like we have to be a team. We have to. There's no way that I, you know, if I ever get on the boat of I'm raising my kids how I want to raise them or vice versa, that is not going to work. Our marriage is going to fall apart. Our kids, therefore, are going to suffer. We got to figure out how we're going to be a team, what's going to work. And if I got to sacrifice things on my end that I think are going to work in order for us to be a team, it's worth it, you know? So I think that's been a piece that I feel like we're pretty good at now, but it wasn't right away.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time. And you guys just have a not even 1-year-old, so it takes time.
We haven't disciplined him yet.
He's not even doing anything
He's
bad.
not doing anything wrong
So,
yet.
yeah.
Totally.
But that would be hard because you had.
He's very into
Oh yeah,
this. He's like,
totally.
This is good.
I'm like deep in thought right
I know,
now
I like
too.
it.
Yeah.
That's a good
But,
conversation.
like, especially since-
and we didn't figure out on our own either.
No.
This isn't something that we have. You know, we have so many friends in our life. We have
And
some
mentors.
of our best friends have 7 kids, and their oldest kid's 14. So like they're a season of life ahead of us. Have teenagers, so you know we'll go to them and be like, man, I'm struggling. Savannah thinks this, you know, and obviously these are like private conversations. These are like, you know, things that, like heartfelt, like, you know, she has best friends. I'm like, talk to them about anything and everything. Like, you know, having a community of people around you that you can ask. So it wasn't
I feel
like, it
like
wasn't,
finding a marriage that you guys want for your future, like for your mentors to look up
Ooh,
to,
yeah.
is really important. I feel like we're probably going way off topic.
Oh, you're
but
good.
That was really big for us, is finding someone that we look up to, that we love their marriage and we love their kids and how they discipline and what they're doing, and like confiding in them because we can trust them whenever we need them.
And whenever we find people, also be like, hey, you guys have permission to, as you see things in our life or how we're raising our kids or our marriage, call us out. You know, like we love you, we respect you.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, like all the people on the internet, they don't know us. And because we don't know them and love them as much as we would like our mentors and stuff, we aren't going to take the praise and we aren't going to take the hate the same way that we would from somebody that we look up to and respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's something that we have been just so blessed by. Is, I don't want to say always, but God's put a community of people in our life who have called us out when need to and encouraged us when we need it.
Yeah.
You know?
Quick interruption. We want to read a review from one of our sweet listeners. This is from @JennaC2331 on Instagram. So thank you, Jenna. 5 stars. It says, y'all saved me. I had a rough first year of college and I would come home almost every weekend. Your podcast helped me in my rides home and helped me know there's still so much good in this world. Being in my first relationship and feeling like he is the one and seeing a first relationship that lasted makes me feel so much better. Thank you guys so much for helping me keep going. So thank you so much, Jenna.
Thank you. And hey, you can leave a review on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. I think you can even do it on like other podcast platforms too. Wherever you're listening, leave a review. We'd really appreciate it.
Or just 5 stars.
Yeah.
Super quick.
Yeah.
It means a lot. And we appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Back to the episode.
Something you kind of touched on, Cole, is like talking about how you have like people in your personal life that like your community that kind of talks about, like speaks into your parenting life and your family life.
Yeah.
And I wonder what that's like, comparing that versus like you have the whole internet, right? Everyone, we get it too, like commenting about our parenting, how we're raising our kids.
Yeah.
Especially like having the family platform that you guys have being like the biggest that there pretty much are. Like, what's that like, balancing the online feedback versus like real life feedback?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I feel like I gave it attention in the beginning and I let it get to me, like the negative things.
Yeah.
And then once I realized that, how do I say this correctly? I feel like once I got over that hump of not caring and realizing like they don't know me, I really care about like what my family thinks about me, what my friends think about me, what people at church, like the bigger picture here, then I gave it zero attention. So I don't look at anything.
Oh, really?
I'm very just like, I kind of just keep it out of my head. And if anyone tries to like if like my mom or anybody will try to be like, so this is happening out there or whatever, I'm very like, I just don't want to hear it because I feel like that will never, I don't know. I'm big at ignoring
Savannah's done a
things.
good job at ignoring it. I
I'll let it get to him a little bit
I
more.
probably gave it a little bit more attention.
Yeah.
I feel like and maybe it's different, but I felt like I had to like protect myself, my family.
Yeah.
And so like you see things and it can be alarming and it can almost make you second guess yourself or whatever it is. And maybe it's good, you know, maybe it's healthy, but also that's where you go to people who know you, who know your life, who spend so much time with you, who you hang out with. And so that's why I say don't let the praise or the
Either of
hate.
them.
Yeah.
Because obviously even if like, you know, you're posting a bunch of videos and you're getting all this, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like whenever I'm getting way off topic, but like don't let
you're
that
good, you're
praise
good.
make you think you're like awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well,
Because maybe you aren't as awesome, but also don't let the hate make you think you suck. 'Cause
Yeah.
maybe you don't.
Yeah.
And I remember whenever we first started family vlogging, we just posted happy moments, seeing each other. There really, and I don't want to make it sound bad. At the time, there wasn't really sad moments. We just started dating. We're so in love. We're going to Disneyland. It's just fun things. We're
Yeah.
playing family games. It's fun things. And we got a lot of nice comments. And then I remember the first hate comments that we got was, oh, you guys think you're so perfect. You guys never post anything negative. You never post anything real. You guys
Yeah.
only post the happy stuff. You're so fake, yada, yada. And I'm
You're
like,
so fake that you guys probably don't even like each other.
yeah. And I remember thinking like, oh, shoot, maybe we should post like some bad things.
Yeah.
Not to get attention, not to exploit, but it's
just
like
to show that-
to show that we're real. So we
Yeah.
kind of like waited and I forget what it was. But then like, you know, you start posting some real life things and then it's like,
And then you get in
oh,
trouble for
how can
it.
you exploit the
Yeah.
bad situation? So it's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, you know.
and so you realize that there's no winning these
There's
people
not.
over.
No.
There's not.
There's no justifying. They don't care about your answer really.
Yeah.
So that's why you only care
That's
about
kinda what I was trying to
about
say.
the opinions of the ones who know you and love you.
It's so hard
Yeah.
to keep that balance because we've had the same thing. Like we used to make like super, super positive content. People are like, oh, like this is, you know, there's no such thing as a perfect couple. We're like, we're not perfect at all, dude.
But it's like also
they
not
prove that.
appropriate for us
They
to
prove that.
share this stuff.
But we
Totally.
don't want to put out like just depressing content, you
Yeah.
know? Like if we show all the like the sad stuff, then it's like this isn't fun.
Imagine we
But
recorded
then,
a fight and posted that.
oh my gosh. But like showing
Horrible
we
for
try
marriage.
to but we try to show both. Like we try to show the good and the bad so people are like, like I can relate to that. Like that's me. Because we are just people, okay? Like
Yeah.
the biggest creators on social media, they are still people. We're all so
We're all gonna make mistakes.
Exactly.
All of us.
Everybody in life does. So, it's just crazy too, because you guys have gotten to a certain size on social media where I feel like there's news articles made about you guys. Like we've had a little bit of that, but like not nearly
That's
as much
never
as
a
you.
good thing.
How do you navigate that when news is, I don't know, making articles that you have like no control over?
Fortunately, it doesn't happen much.
Yeah.
You know, it obviously, if you look up our names, your guys' names, you know, people who are on social media, there is going to be stuff out there, but it doesn't happen much. So I think that's one area of it, is knowing like we aren't near as big as other people. Like I couldn't imagine being, and I hate the word famous. Like, not, like we never throw that word around.
Yeah.
But like I couldn't imagine being like as famous as certain people who it's just constant. You know,
Yeah.
like we don't have paparazzi following us around or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we live extremely normal lives. So I think that's a big thing, and also knowing that it's very seasonal. So like whenever, good or bad, you can have like a seasonal period of like a lot of encouragement and blessing, and then if a bad thing happens, it can be a very seasonal short period of hate, and it's gonna go away, because the people who love hate and the people who love drama and all that stuff, they're like fireflies, and they're gonna go from one thing to the next. They're
Yeah.
never gonna stay focused on this, because eventually we're a very normal family and we're just gonna have very boring, normal, not dramatic moments, and they just want to go to what the next dramatic moment is. So it's like we learned that over the years. That's like boom, the LaBrant family. Oh here, oh here, oh here, oh here. Oh 2 years later, oh back to the LaBrant family. Oh here, 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 here.
Yeah.
So knowing that like it's gonna go away, and that whatever it is, what happens inside of our house is always way more important than whatever anybody's saying. You know?
Yeah. And how do you maintain, like, I know for us, like, we've had to, like, constantly reevaluate our boundaries with social media. Like, even like after having Griffin, like how like we film at this time or we don't film at this time, or and not that we definitely are still like trying to find that, but like how do you maintain your private life like with on such a public platform?
I mean, there are so many things that we keep off the internet.
Yeah.
You know, we choose to share what we feel is very normal and fun and people can relate to, and we have a good time. But I mean, we've slowed down a lot over the years on our family content.
Yeah.
I would say that we post maybe once every week or once every 2 weeks. Like, we try to post on Saturdays. We didn't post yesterday, and it's like we just didn't have anything, so we're not going to force anything.
Yeah.
You know? So that's kind of like where we're at now. We were in a season of like, I don't want to say grind because it didn't feel like a grind. We're having so much fun. It was just me, you, and Everly. And it's like, oh, we're going to go to Disneyland and film
it was a lot
And it's
easier
so
to
easy.
film.
And then water park, and then play Pie Face. You know, it's like, it's just like, it's so easy. So it was easy to pump out stuff. But as our family's gotten bigger and everybody's gotten older and she's in dance and school and whatever it is, it's just kind of been an obvious answer. Like, okay, let's slow down.
Yeah.
And then it's also kind of obvious what to post and what not to post. And sometimes you cross that line and you make a mistake and you get called out for it.
Yeah.
And maybe rightfully so, and you learn from it.
Something we want to ask you is like, what is your why for creating content, and like, has it changed over time, like from the beginning to like beyond?
Ooh. You answer this one because you're the video guy. You started the videos.
Why do we make videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to go back to like the beginning, because like that's when I started. And like kind of as Matt and I were talking earlier, I think even off podcast, was like I made videos as like a little kid with like my family's old camcorder. We'd be like out camping and like we'd have pot and pans making like sound effects, and we just loved making videos. And obviously looking back, they're so dumb, where you had like the old MacBook face filter things and you're making videos there. So videos, it was just fun to make. So then whenever you're 16 and this new app comes out, Vine, and everyone's on it making videos, kind of like every little kid now is making a TikTok video. That's how Vine was 10 years ago. So just started making videos.
Yeah.
And I was working, I was living in small town Alabama, 16 years old. I was working at an ice cream shop making minimum wage, which was $7.25 an hour. And I remember making these videos, and we start getting a following, but you didn't know that you can make money from it or anything. You're just having fun. Like I would have made videos if it didn't give any money. So, people say it's like all for the money, but we love it, And I remember our first brand deal came in, and it's me and two of my buddies. We had like a group, but like the brand deal came in for like $1,000, and we split it 3 ways, obviously. Yeah. Even, you gotta pay taxes and all that kind of stuff. But I remember just thinking like, man, $333.
Dude.
It blew my mind. $7.25 an hour. How long? I could not believe it, and my parents couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of 6 kids, one parent income.
Like how many hours you would have worked at?
I'm doing the math. So I remember thinking, I'm not gonna quit my ice cream shop job yet, but if that happens again, I am.
Yeah.
And it happened again. It took like 6 months, but it happened again like 6 months later. I was like, I'm only making. This is what I'm doing. I'm having so much fun. And again, I'm a young single guy. Made so much stupid videos. I look back, I'm just like, But so then obviously, I kept doing it through college. My parents always said it was like, you're 15 minutes of fame. So like, don't like quit everything that you're doing and do this. Especially back then, like I think nowadays there's enough evidence to prove like this can be steady. But back 10 years ago there wasn't.
Well, you guys pioneered like I want to say the family space, the couple space too. Like there weren't, when you guys started YouTube, there weren't like big couples channels, were there? Were there any like people out there that you were thinking, oh, they're doing this, we should do this too?
Jess and Gabe. Jess and Gabe were a couple. I remember, I think they got like engaged and married like 6 months before each of our engagements and marriages. But they obviously didn't have a kid, so theirs was more couple versus family.
Yeah.
But
I think we literally just started making videos because he was like, let's have these to look back on for long distance
I had
dating.
a YouTube channel that I was making stupid videos on.
Yeah.
So a lot of it lived on just a cold
And I remember you just calling me and being like, this video is doing really good.
I pulled out
like,
my iPhone in a Chick-fil-A
confused.
parking lot. It was like an iPhone 3 or something, and I pulled out in the Chick-fil-A parking lot before she flew out and just said, "Hey guys,"
it was like,
it might still be on, I don't know.
Yeah.
"Hey guys, this is my girlfriend." And I was just so happy that I was just like so proud that I had a girlfriend. Check her out.
Like, it's
and it was like my best video. I'm like,
we
we should do more videos. People like that I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So we just had, it was just fun.
Random.
It was fun. I mean, I know whenever you first start dating and you're in like couples games, couples Q&A, couples challenges, it's fun.
Yeah.
So I'd say it was fun. Everly loved
she
making
loved
videos. Being a little kid, she loved making videos. I was telling you off camera, if like her friends come over to the house, they like ask if they can make YouTube videos. If Posey's little 4-year-old friends come over, they're like, hey, Cole, can we make a YouTube video? I'm like, that's not how it works. But all that being said, it's kids love making videos. We've loved making videos. It's been a lot of fun. Obviously, it's come with hardships and negativity over the years. But the root of it really is just we had a lot of fun doing it.
We get a lot of family time out of it too.
Got a ton of family time. I mean, Savannah being a single mom, had this not have worked out, she was, in school to be a nurse and would have been a single mom away from her kid. And so like, the reality of it is like, given our situation, like, I don't know who wouldn't have done it. Obviously, we made a lot of mistakes over the years. But like looking back to like the root of it and the why. Especially now knowing that.
Well, and I think we just hit that time too where like our kids now want to see their videos from when they were little. So it's cute. Like they have all these home videos basically.
You never see that Christmas morning from like 2 years
like
ago.
They ask, they're like, can I watch baby Posey this morning? Like it's cute that they now just have all of these videos to look back on.
But and then obviously over the years it's evolved. Go back to like the why, just like how it started was like it was just fun. But then it evolved into like, man, like this can financially be lucrative in a sense of.
And now we can help people, and now we can share things that we believe in, and
things that you stand for, and and we aren't going to go into depth about like what we've been able to do with our money, but we've been able to do some incredible things.
Well, I saw a video you guys did where you were buying people's groceries at a grocery store, and there's like all these. One of the people was a single mom, which I thought was really cool because like now that I'm a parent, I have so much respect for single parents. Like I cannot believe that they do that. You were a single parent for a while, like I have so much respect for you. But like doing that was just, I was like, wow, that's really cool. You guys were able to buy all these people's groceries at a grocery store.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And there's like dozens of families over the years that, and just like you guys were just at St. Jude, right?
Yeah.
There's dozens. I mean, even as we've released, documentaries for things that we believe in, we've gotten into contact with families who are in very unfortunate circumstances. Sick kids, whatever it is, can't pay the bills. And there's so many families that I keep up with on a very weekly basis who can't buy groceries, who can't, because neither of the parents can work because they have a sick kid. They have to stay up all night long with the kid because the kid has seizures and isn't well, and the other parents have to stay up all day, so they swap off. And it is just, I couldn't imagine that situation. So I go back to that a lot of like, I mean, we have so many families that we help, and we'll do everything that we can to help, that we aren't gonna post. We've never posted, we aren't gonna talk about, but we know. And if we let the hate at times get to us, or even more so to me, and like convince me like to stop making videos because of lies, then in turn there are so many people who will suffer truly because of that. So I'm like, what's the truth here? Where's the real and the good? And that way trumps a lie.
I am curious too, like being the pioneers almost of like the couple space and the family space. Does it scare you at all, like that you're on the forefront, like, because this is like such an unknown space, like you don't know, we have no idea like what that'll look like 50 years from now, 100 years from now, because like Hollywood and movies, like we can look back at like I don't know, just like how everything's played out from the past, but what's that like being pioneers in the space? How do you navigate that, because it's so new?
I think it's interesting because I don't think that we look at it that way, and since like it sounds cool what you're saying,
but you're literally
and
pioneers
I really
of the
appreciate
space.
it, but like we just don't feel. I think we just, and I don't want to sound like fake, overly humble, but like we really just live such normal lives.
We really just do just feel just super
and we go to the park and we take our kids to like a swimming pool and a Chuck E. Cheese, and and I mean we're very fortunate that we have a great marriage, and we're trying our best to raise our kids, and we're gonna make mistakes, but like we just want the best for our kids, like every parent does. And obviously there's certain things about social media that are negative, but I am convinced over the years and from amazing mentors in our life that there's so much more good that can and will come from it. So much more fruit. Even like child actors, there's so many things about like child actors having like such a high unsuccess rate. It's like, but that doesn't have to be the case. It doesn't have to be the case. I think having loving parents involved who truly want the best for their kids, who are setting aside the proper finances, I think that could be a big one as kids get older and they realize the money that was stolen from them. We are, and we always will be setting aside so much for our kids.
Wait, I'm so curious, like how do you decide how much to set aside for your kids? How do you look at cinema as a framework for like, this is how much actors get paid, a percentage of production, so then therefore our kids should get paid this? Like how do you even navigate that,
As parents, we love our kids more than anything. All that I have is theirs. And I even tell Savannah that I get, even we have each kid their own bank account as well, but whatever is in our bank account is 100 and a million% theirs.
We're always gonna.
So
help
like
out our kids.
as we get older, anything that they need that I'm able to help with, obviously, you know, I don't want to give my kids a certain amount of money while they're young and dumb and going to spend it on dumb things.
Yeah.
But as they get older, it's just kind of those private conversations that you have with ourselves, our mentors, our financial advisors, people who've been in this space. So, I mean, and we're still navigating that. Our oldest is 10 years old. So, like, you know, we're still figuring it out. And hopefully we make good enough decisions. But
Yeah. No, that's super interesting. No, we I've been talking to our tax guy and like financial planner, and like there's just like, I don't know, there's things that I definitely want to do to make sure that our kids don't make dumb decisions. Like I've heard horror stories of kids like growing up and then they end up like blowing a ton of money because they're young and dumb, and then I don't know, I guess like I'm sure there's ways that you can make sure once they're a certain age and they can't access that, and that way they don't make a stupid decision when they're young, you know?
Yeah, Matt's big into finances.
I remember like I was actually in school.
Listening to Dave Ramsey this morning. I'm like,
Dave Ramsey lives here.
He does.
Wait, really? I was listening to Dave.
We
gotta have Dave on the
sat
pod.
right next to him at
No
dinner.
way.
On accident. We had no idea.
You're kidding.
Savannah didn't
I
know who
didn't
he
even know
was.
who he was.
I used
Savannah didn't know who he was.
when we were dating.
But
and
now that you guys just said that, I'm like, that's that guy.
No,
That's
that guy.
funny. No, because I wanted to learn finances.
That's
I was a
really funny.
theater kid. I knew nothing about money. I knew nothing about financial literacy.
Yeah.
And I just like read Dave Ramsey books. I read Rich Dad Poor
when
Dad.
we were about to get married, because he's like, we have no money, but I
was
want to
like,
get married.
I need to know how this works so that like we can be independent of our parents.
We need to have him on the podcast so we can thank him that we were able to get married.
We should have Dave Ramsey and his wife. What if his wife comes on?
That'd be epic. That'd be epic. They live down the street somewhere.
I want to bring something up because I think it's kind of funny.
What? What?
But it's also kind of awkward.
Oh my! I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. Say it. That's so funny.
So we've talked about it a couple times. So, okay, you said you don't like listen to hate or like.
Yeah.
Do you actually just like not read any comment or anything?
Like literally nothing.
I don't look at. Nope.
Wow. Good for you. I mean, I'm kind of getting there, honestly, because for my mental health, and also just like the fact that like now that I'm a mom, I can't even imagine being a mom to 4. You're like, I don't have time for this. Like, I'm like,
Too is like in the beginning, I feel like I would take a lot of my time being on my phone looking at that stuff, and I was like, what am I doing here? I'm literally sitting here scrolling through comments for an hour when I could have just been playing with my kid the entire time. So I think it took a lot of growing up for me too, of like, okay, I'm gonna put my phone down. I'm not gonna worry about what these people are saying because it's just not the truth and they don't know me anyways, and my focus isn't just not going to be there. So I've just kind of trained my brain to just seriously not care. And I know a lot of people won't believe me when I say that, but I just don't.
And whenever you read enough stupid things,
you just
it's like,
kind of
oh
get
my
to a
gosh.
point of like
I remember several years ago.
people would literally like the comments started getting to like, and I won't get into depth, but it's like all she does is feed her kids popsicles.
Oh, I was literally going to say that one
got to that.
because we did something really stupid. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember we read a hate comment, again, several years ago, that was like, oh, it was during summer where our kids probably had a popsicle on about every video, right? I don't give a rip. Eat those popsicles all summer long, you know?
Yeah.
They were sugar-free.
No, no, I'm getting into that. I don't think they were sugar-free. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Honestly,
they were.
Honestly, I don't care, right? I really don't care. But I remember I read the hate comment.
They were, because that's why it made me so mad.
Yeah, but I remember I read the hate comment that said, all they do is get their kids sugar, man. Can't all the time. So I remember the next podcast, I remember saying, here's a popsicle for my kid. And we do give our kids sugar-free popsicles. I remember thinking, I would never say that.
Yeah.
Like, that is not like something that I care about, like telling people, like, hey, by the way, we make sure we give our kids sugar-free popsicles. Like, I'm literally starting to like say things that I would never say.
Like they're changing who you
I'm changing who I am.
That's when I realized, as of, like, when I started doing things like that, I was like,
never
it's
reading another thing
overtaking
because I don't
my
want it to be
brain.
like subliminal.
Yeah, and it's out. I'm done with it. Yeah.
I hope I get to that point because like there are times like look when people say ridiculous stuff like the popsicle thing.
That's easy to shrug
That's
off.
easy to shrug off, or people are just like, wow, I like honestly hate Matt. He's so toxic or something like just crazy. Like it's just like, you know what? Like you literally have no idea who I am. Like it doesn't hurt my feelings. It just makes me laugh. But when it's like this stuff that's like super specific and like really gets deep, then I feel like that's where I'm like, that really hurt. You know, where it's like like really.
You always act like it doesn't affect you.
I don't know, but there's been times like when we've gotten hate where it's like definitely been, and I like you, Cole, like I haven't wanted to make videos because it's just like, man, I just feel like this isn't fun anymore. You know?
Like nobody enjoys it, so what's the purpose?
Yeah.
But that's not true. What I wanted to say though was there's actually a clip from this podcast. Like I said, I don't really read comments, but I especially don't read comments on like our podcast.
Our YouTube shorts, dude. It was a YouTube short.
Oh, it's a YouTube short. See, I don't even know. Like because it's like you said, who has the time? There's so many different things getting posted. Anyway, and it was like us talking about baby names in 2023, and it was me. It was a clip of me being like, baby names in 2023 have gotten so like out there. I was like, there's so many crazy names out there, and
I'm sure ours were all under those comments.
and then that's exactly what happened. Then everyone, and keep in mind when I said this, I wasn't thinking about anyone in particular.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking of influencers in particular. And I was just like, and I think the quote was like, I was like, it's not the flex that people think it is.
Yeah.
And
we
then
just
people started tagging you guys like crazy, and other people that we know personally, and I was mortified because I was like,
I never saw it.
I wasn't thinking about you guys. I wasn't thinking about anyone in particular. It was a general statement.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's something that's happened like throughout the years. Because like the new names that start to become trendy, the first time they come out, like it's always going to sound weird. But like we're freaking Matt and Abby. Like the most basic white names. So it's like, they're like, shut up.
Hey, Cole and Savannah's close.
But I just wanted to bring it up. And be like, wasn't talking about you guys. Didn't know if you saw that.
Yeah. I didn't. We didn't see it.
Mad.
But now we're at it. Now, you know.
Okay, you guys.
Walk out of our
You're walking.
podcast.
Cole and Savannah are walking off the podcast. They're leaving. This is crazy.
Good time with them
But
right now.
something,
That's clickbait.
but it reminded me of something.
That's funny.
I remember your video. You made a video about like baby names we like but won't be using.
Yeah.
And then you guys were like, if you don't like the name, that's okay. Like you're welcome to not like it.
Yeah.
And I like really appreciate that because I'm like, it's so funny because like.
Such a flex.
Totally.
You're like, that's a flex. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm making this decision. And I feel like that's been a common thing throughout your career on social media is like, you're very bold and like.
And you share things.
What you say. But,
Yeah.
vulnerable in what you share. You're bold, but then also you're not like out here like conforming to everything that everyone says negative about. Like you believe in what you say and you don't shy away from it. And I commend you because like that's a scary place to be in.
So Cole, I'm so curious. I noticed like last year you made a Cole LaBrant YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
And then recently you and Everly made a Cole and Ev YouTube channel. So talk to me about that. Are you guys like thinking about maybe stopping the LaBrant Family channel and like transitioning to those? Or is that just like a fun side project? Like what is the vision behind those new channels?
So we started slowing content on our family channel.
Yeah.
Which we're happy about. We wanted it always to be real and raw. We never wanted to force. And just as we had so many kids, our kids have real life activities and stuff. So like as
life's just getting busier.
Yeah, as we can, we'll make videos on our family channel. I'm not saying that we're gonna stop because we enjoy it, but so I had more free time, right? But I love making videos. So started making a lot of fun videos on my channel. And I remember whenever we first started our LaBrant Family channel, we did a lot of challenges. We did vlogs, but I would say a lot of it was like challenge stuff, fun challenges, and then we ended up transitioning to just vlogs, which are fun but not as exciting. And you know, Everly loves making videos. She loves making videos. She has her own little kid YouTube channel which she'll make videos on, and then I would have my Cole LaBrant channel that I was making videos on. And hers were a lot more chill because we literally just say like, you do whatever you want. She'll go like 4 months without making a video. And then like when you want to make a video, you just kind of grab the camera and make it. But then I was putting a lot of time and effort and creativity into mine, and she would see how much fun I was having with my ideas and content.
She's getting older, so she's now seeing YouTube in her eyes like she'll see like Jordan Matter and Salish, and she's like, I want to do that. That's fun. Like this is awesome.
So we started having those conversations as a family, being like, okay, well, I could pour in my experience, creativity, you know, all the back work on me.
Totally.
And we do, you know, we kind of combine forces and have like a fun, you know, we can do the challenges again, the big fun things that we aren't really going to do on our family channel because it's just going to be like family life.
Yeah.
We knew that we didn't want to do challenges on our family stuff anymore. Then we also didn't want our LaBrant family to just turn into a me and everything because people want to see the whole family.
So when we brought it up to her about the Cole and Ev thing, her eyes just lit up and she was like, yes.
We're like, this is something that we can
awesome.
that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of like very real that like if we don't do this, then like we'll probably start really slipping away in the backs of social media, which is totally fine. But like if this is something that you ever want to do, then we should probably do it now. And we did, and we've been having so much fun.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of good bonding time for me and Ev because again, she's a busy kid she's homeschooled, but she has hybrid program where she's homeschooled 3 days a week, goes in-person school 2 days a week. She has friends. She has dance, a lot of dance.
Yeah.
And so this is a good opportunity for me to have some like one-on-one time with her because I do see her a lot, but more in a family space. So it's really good to have like one-on-one time with each of your kids. And so this has been a lot of fun for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you recently went to LA together. Was that for the channel?
Yeah.
That's
So we went there. So Everly was actually there for dance with her grandma for a couple of days. And then I came and swapped off with grandma grandma was helping with dance. And now I'm there.
And then they went to LA. And
So it's fun because,
videos.
people think like you're just filming videos the entire time, but in reality, you're filming, we'll film a video in 1 to 3 hours is probably what it takes.
Yeah.
And then you got the rest of the day to hang out. And even whenever we are filming a video, it
fun.
doesn't feel like work, Like I don't want people thinking that it feels like work. Like we're just having a lot of fun. It's like a sour candy challenge. Like any kid would love to do. And it's like, you just got like a bunch of sour candy.
And Everly is like my kid that like, she's not going to do something that she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
So she's having a lot of fun with
It's
this.
funny, like we've gotten to meet our fair share of creators over the course of the 3 years that we've done this, like as our job now, I guess. And it's funny just to meet the different personalities. There are people that like they always have their phone out, they're always recording something. And I was interested, like when we showed up today, like what type of vibe would you guys give off? And like you guys, like it just seemed like a very normal family. It didn't really seem like I didn't see any phones out. You guys were just like doing your thing. And I think people don't realize like how much there is off camera. Compared to what is on camera, because like you said, like you can make a video in 1 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Obviously depends on like the style of content that it is, but it's just cool like that you guys have such like a normal life off camera, which I thought was really neat.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We love it. And obviously that's like the on camera part is like filming it 1 to 3 hours, and then all the prep, all the legwork, all that kind of stuff is I would say the harder, longer, more time consuming stuff that I like to do.
Your own.
Do my own. So then whenever it's all set already, just the fun part, which is honestly filming it.
Yeah.
Then that's when it's like we do that.
Yeah.
With the Cole and Ev channel, like, do you have a producer working with you? Are you the producer? Does Everly come up with the ideas? How do you? Because it's funny, like people don't realize, like with creators, a lot of times, depending on the style of content, like if you're producing like a TV show style video, TV shows have like 20, 30, 40 employees working on one show, but when you're a creator, it's like sometimes just you or just you and a friend or whatever. So like how do you approach who takes on which roles with that new channel?
Yeah.
A lot of successful people, and we're talking about that too off camera, they do good at delegating things off.
He's really good at doing things on his own.
We never did that as a family channel. Like I literally had a small camera smaller than these that we would film every video on, and
it'd be funny because we'd go to like collab with somebody and they would have like so much help, so many big cameras and stuff, and we're just like, hello, with our little tiny phone.
Okay, time for a video.
We'd almost feel awkward like this is it.
That's
we don't have to film one video anymore.
Yeah.
But all that being said, with
But that
this
just
new
worked for
channel,
us. Like that, I feel like it just works for that worked for us. That worked for them, and that's. Just,
But with this new channel, as it grows, we are wanting to make it more professional and make the challenges bigger and more fun and all that kind of stuff. And it is very time consuming. So if and as the channel grows, we'd like to start delegating that kind of stuff off. But right now, it's me, and I do have an editor for the channel.
And a videographer. You have a videographer.
I have a videographer who videos us. So
cool.
I'm not holding it anymore.
Oh, no way.
So that's fun.
So I'm not behind camera, which is actually fun.
Yeah.
I can actually be there. So yeah, it's a little step up for us.
Step up. It's fun.
That's cool. And then how do you navigate the whole, like, you're putting all this work into the channel, but then like say Everly like doesn't want to film one day, or like I don't know, like how do you navigate that?
Yeah.
I mean, every idea I run by Everly.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, does this sound fun?
Yeah.
And if she ever says no, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
I could never, even if I wanted to, I could never force Everly to make a video. She's extremely strong-willed. She's firstborn. And if she's in a video, then she wanted to be in that video. So I always run every video by her. I told her that if this isn't something that we are both having so much fun with, it is not worth it. And like in the most humble of ways, we've done well on social media to where we don't need to do this.
Totally.
We see this as an opportunity for us to have a lot of fun and for it to turn into something potentially big and amazing for a lot of people. But so long story short, just told everybody that if we're not having fun, we're not going to do it. If you don't want to film, we're not going to film that day.
It's kind of good for her too to have like one-on-one time.
Totally.
With 4 kids.
But we just launched it like 6 weeks ago, so it's still new. It's
new.
fresh.
It looks like it's killing it. Like I think your videos are. I was just taking a quick look, and you're going to subscribers, and I want to say a lot of videos are like nearing a million, or like maybe even over 1 million. I don't know, but like it looks like it's doing well.
It's
cool.
been fun. It's fun to see something that you're having so much fun doing that you would love to continue doing. Actually do well enough to keep doing it.
Totally.
Right?
Well, like okay, for instance, when I was a kid, like I begged my parents to like, please, I want to audition for Disney Channel or Nickelodeon. Like, I just loved the arts and loved making videos, and I wanted to be like in that stuff. But we, you know,
You
I
totally
was,
look like a Disney Channel kid.
You do.
but I lived in Missouri.
too,
like,
actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't in LA. Like, I didn't have like the connections, or we didn't know anybody. And then my parents, I think, like they wanted me to have a normal childhood, which I'm like very thankful for. But like
Yeah.
as a kid, I would have loved to do that. So like I totally understand like kids wanting to do that because I wanted to do that as a kid.
If YouTube would have existed when you were a child, Matt,
I
you
would
would
have
have
loved
been
it.
all over it.
I would have loved it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Actually, it did, but there wasn't like the YouTube like we have
it's not
now.
like what it is
Yeah.
now.
When we were kids, there was nobody saying
I
like,
feel
I
like
want
it
to
was
be a
that
YouTuber.
rainbow cat.
No, Charlie Bit My Finger was huge when I was a kid.
It was more so viral videos versus
Yeah.
creative.
But Fred,
Yes,
dude,
yes.
Fred, I loved Fred. I
Fred
watched-
was the first of his kind.
So
But
funny.
see, he was so unique that he got picked up by like Nickelodeon, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because on
He has
iCarly.
a couple movies, huh?
And he had his own movies. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Totally.
Well, as we're wrapping up, I want to ask just what's the future for the LaBrant family? Like, what do you
Oh.
see down the line for
answer.
you guys?
Me?
Me, yeah.
Well, we're in Tennessee. I don't know. I just see slower pace life, just so much family time. I just love hanging out with my kids and my husband. And I feel like
Good answer. Yeah.
another baby in the future. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, and I'm sure like whenever you say that or people hear it,
Yeah.
maybe they're thinking like social media wise. But like
Yeah.
whenever we hear it, it's more so just like
Yeah. Yeah.
for our fam.
Yeah.
And it's very just
Yep.
live life.
Ra-
Everybody's
raising
going
our
to fifth
babies,
grade.
yeah.
Posey's gonna be 5 this year, which is hard for us to believe.
Wow.
Sunny's having her first birthday, so it's just like
Yeah.
those moments of like, oh well, it's so hard to say what's next in the whole future, but this next year,
Just raising those.
raising
babies.
these kids. Every day's busy and it's fun
Yep.
and it's full, and our kids
We're
were throwing
always-
up all day,
and then we're
all
always-
night last night, right?
And then we're always ready for that 9 p.m. where we get to hang out with each other.
Yep.
Just us.
Yep. Hopefully, still love each other and
Whoops.
Oh no.
Yeah.
go for the strong and old. So yeah,
Yeah.
nothing too
Mike guy
nothing too
over here.
exciting.
Mr. Mike, I'm
Sorry.
fixing the mics. No, I'm curious. Like, do you think this is gonna be a thing that you carry on? Like, how long will the LaBrant family vlog like continue? Because I think for us, like with our channels, I personally love making videos, and Abby enjoys it too. But I feel like one day Abby will probably just like one.
I will disappear
Abby's
from the
like-
internet and never post again.
But like, I think I'll be making.
That's very similar to me. Like him and Everly love it, and that's why I feel like they've shifted.
Ah.
And I would love to just be like playing outside with all of my children, and
Yeah.
I'm just more simple.
That's
But they like making the videos and they're having fun, so
Yeah.
that's
That-
kind of the direction.
that's
but
funny.
But I would still like to like keep, every once in a while, even if we're kind of stop doing the family stuff eventually, every once in a while we are like give a little update on the kids, just because I feel like it's fun for them to watch videos of them growing up, and it's like home videos, so
totally.
little updates here and there are fun.
That's so interesting. I'm the same way as you, Cole, where I feel like I'll be making TikToks and YouTube videos till I'm 85.
Yeah,
you know?
Cole loves his videos. He's good at them.
It's just so much fun, and I started when I was 12, and I don't think like why would I ever stop? Even I hope one day we get to a point like you guys where it's like we don't need to. I mean, it's not like we need to keep doing this. Like we could obviously. Abby got a teaching degree. I'm 15 credit hours from finishing my finance degree. I guess I could always finish that up.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it'd be cool to. I just want to keep creating for a long
Totally.
time. So
Yeah.
And it's good to get to a place where like, and you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
So, like, that's always the dream, is to be able to do what you love without doing it for a salary, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that's ideally even like the dream as parent, and I imagine any parent for their kids is like, we don't want our kids to, if they don't have to, work a terrible job that they hate just
Yeah.
to pay the bills.
Yeah.
But like Everly loves dancing, right? She loves
Yeah.
dancing. She would love to be a dance teacher, instructor, whatever that is. Sometimes that doesn't cut it financially, right? But if she can be set up, so then, hey, you go be a dance teacher because you love dancing, not because you got to pay the bills. Like that is a dream come true as parents with all of our kids. You
And
know?
I'm
Have all
sure
of
there's
our
a
kids
lot of
financially
kids
set
that
up.
would be obsessed with taking dance classes from Everly.
Aw.
She's such a good little dancer.
She would love that. That would be fun.
Oh my goodness. Well, Cole and Savannah, thank you for being on our podcast.
Seriously, thank you so much.
It was a
It's
pleasure.
fun.
Hey, you guys just set up on our back patio.
Our
I know.
first
We're
You
just
guys came
like
here. This is easy for us.
we're just
Yeah.
chilling back here. This is so funny.
you
We've
guys-
actually this is our first episode that we've filmed outside. We can literally just see like trees back here. This is so
I can
funny.
take a really nice nap right here.
Feel
Just
free
to
the
take a nap.
breeze, the
Feel free to take a
trees.
nap.
Oh yeah.
No, but seriously, thank you. I know it's like scary to go on someone else's, so thank you for trusting us that. And
Yeah.
then also your time is so valuable, so thank you.
Yeah.
Of course.
thank you guys.
Thank you
This is
guys.
fun.
This is
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right.
I like it.
3,
Cool.
2, 1.
Peace out, dudes.